Good evening and welcome to In Other Waters. It's new game day. It's the first time we're playing this. I have no idea what will happen. Let's dive right in. Pun absolutely intended. Okay, it looks like we got some save slots. That's good. Baikal exoplanet extraction transitioning. Please wait. Error detected. Rebuilding memory. A random bunch of numbers. Log recovered. Recovering last known log. There isn't any time left. This is going to be more restrictive than you are used to, but you're resourceful. I know you. I'm sorry, okay? But I can't find you. I can't lose everything we... User disconnected. Continue with boot? Yeah, I guess so. Hello? Is someone here? Okay, so the text is running fast. I've been locked out and I'm 20 meters below the surface here. I say again, this is Dr. Aliwas. Can any operator personas on the suit please respond? I can't make much sense of the interface. So I clicked the 3 dots and options showed up on the interface. But first I gotta mute someone on the Twitch chat. And report for spam. Spam. Wow, they made reporting difficult. I have no idea how to... Okay. Text gone. Okay, we got a bunch of options. Oxygen panel is up and repriever functioning. I'm off. reserve oxygen now. Power? The power panel is activating. Plenty of juice. I'm seeing the heading panel coming online. Excellent. Okay, good. The dive panel is active. Current reading of 20 meters. Okay, utilities available. Let's see. Sampling, sample storage. Terminal and retrieval seem to be installed. I cannot click the other options. Let's see if there's... So there's a message log. But no option to make the text go way slower. Scan and topography readouts coming through, looking good. Okay. I can move this thingy. You don't seem to know what you're doing. You're not an operator, are you? I don't believe you. Operators are little more than voice-activated system dialogues. They don't respond like this. I knew there was something strange about this suit when I got inside. It looks decades old. Look, we don't have time for this, so whatever program or system you are, I need you to work with me. You seem to respond to voice commands, so that's a start. We need to head north. I'll explain when we get going, but right now I'm locked out of half the systems of this suit. Someone, somehow, has rewritten the permissions to only respond to internal messaging. That means you. So, I'm going to need you to take control. Let's get moving. Take me north, into the reef. Please. Okay, I did said... This compass thingy? I don't know what this is. Okay, we got zoom buttons. Lots of stuff I don't know what to do with. Okay, shh. I guess she moved a bit. A southern gully feature. Steep rock walls rise up towards the surface on either side. The floor is layered with pale sand. Vector clear. Good. Whatever you're doing, it's working. Let's keep heading north. A narrow pass. A boulder fills the passage, blocking out the warm light of Glacier 667. CC's 3 stars. I guess this means we cannot move there? fully opening. Here the passage opens out back into the dappled light of the reef's shallows. I do not understand. How to move. Okay, I click. So I'm moving from vector to vector, I guess. Soft currents. The softly flowing water is filled with glittering particles of organic matter. Signs of rich and thriving life all around. Look, in the water, are those spores? And those stalks to the west, they look like huge fungi. This is unbelievable. Actual alien life. How could Minae have kept this place a secret? I saw her notes at the base when I landed, and some telltale signs on approach, but here it is. The first extraterrestrial life humanity has ever discovered. I can't believe it. Okay, we gotta get a couple different options now. These stalks are beautiful. I wonder how they feed, how they grow, how they communicate. This place, this planet needs to be studied. Keep scanning creatures and I'll keep notes. Once we've gathered enough data, I can name and log each species. No matter what happens here, this is vital work. Okay, we got the southern nursery, protected by the ridges from the strong northern currents. This could be a safe haven for younger, softer species. And we got strange stalks. Beds of these creatures coat the pale rocks. Are these plants or animals? They are unlike any earth coral or sponge. This creature's external membrane appears to be made of layers of chitin, like earth and arthropods or fungi. Oh, they move! What were those creatures? They were hidden among the stalks. Quickly, try to get a scan. How? Agile creature. These are such lively creatures and so colorful too. I'll start logging my observations. These creatures appear to maneuver with a series of siphon jets concealed beneath their folded mantles. They are incredibly fast. Here's a stalk patch. Among these spore-clogged stalks are piles of small stones. Could a creature have gathered them there, or just the currents? Wait, why are the items gone? seeing a complex pattern of contracting and expanding slits in the stalk's membrane. Mouths or sensing organs? These colonies are producing a shifting hum. Perhaps it is a form of communication between individuals? Why can I... Okay, there we go. I'm seeing spores entering and exiting the slits on the surfaces of the stalk. Something is being exchanged. And the stalks here are furred with spores, which appear to have drifted down from the northern part of the reef. Okay, I do think I'm getting the hang of the scanning and moving. Sampling available. These stalks are covered in spores of all sizes. Perhaps we can sample one of the larger ones? I'm in position. You have to take the sample. Open up the sampling utility. Okay. %5 fungal. What? Oh god, there's so many controls. We've got one. Biological samples are vital tools for analyzing and understanding creatures. But this here should also allow you to deploy any samples back into the ocean. How about you test it out? Hold and drag it over to the central compass. Done. Great, that's working as it should. Look, those creatures are coming for the spores. Why these ones in particular, I wonder? Perhaps different spores carry different compounds, each with a specific purpose or message? What do you think? Could the spores be a way of communicating between different colonies? It isn't that strange. Fungi on Earth form networks of exchange. Maybe these stalks do the same. Anyway, sorry I'm not sure why I... let's keep moving. Colonies seem to be broken up into individual patches, and then larger groups over a wider area. There's a silent clearing. What is it that dictates the reef's growth patterns? Sunlight? The flow of water? Whatever it is, it must be absent here. Spore flow. Spores from the main part of the reef are brought into the southern nurseries here by a steady current. Agile creature. Fitting around the reef, these creatures chase stalk spores with great enthusiasm. Is it their primary food source? I want to get a sample again. Okay, now move. A new species logged. Reef stalk. I'm uploading my initial notes. Let's call these reef stalks. We can classify these species in the lab. It's a fungal creature which communicates through sound and spores, an interlocking ecosystem seeded across the reef. These creatures aggressively pursue certain spores but ignore others completely. Can they detect difference in mineral content? Okay, can I... Okay, that's my inventory. I have no map data. Hey, can I ask you something? Sure. I've worked with AI programs before, but you aren't like them. They are predictable, programmatic, dull. Their intelligence allows them to log and process data. That's all. But you're different. I feel like you are alive. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then you are different. I'm glad I'm not just imagining it. But what are you? And what are you doing in this suit? Well, lady, ask me yes and no questions and I might be able to answer, but apparently I cannot talk to you, so... There's a lot of particles coming down here. A long rift, wide and long, with sheer rock walls on either side. This deep rift channels unpredictable currents. I am scared to go in there, to be honest, so maybe I don't. And then there's an overgrown arch. This arc is covered in hardened stalks. Perhaps the slow current passing through brought their spores to settle here. Yep, that's where we'll go. I'm too scared. There's a large stalk. These huge stalks are incredible, each one a vertical ecosystem. They are leaking spores into the water as the fruiting bodies attach to their skin bloom. They are made up of one huge flexible stalk. Unclear if swaying is due to current or is produced by the stalk's own body. Or maybe I should go into the narrow passage. I'm feeling a tiny bit adventurous. Wrong button. Flecked with spores, this water runs fast and hard. This suit can't push any further north. here without better propulsion. Okay, so I guess we need an upgrade first. Why is my... Did you see that? The stalks responded to our movement. They extended as we passed through the arc. Perhaps it was the sound we made when we moved through. We should be careful not to get trapped here. This suit's power capacity is limited. Shelled creature. Mobile creature with a large translucent shell for swimming. Appendages, which it uses in a rapid rowing motion. Feeding grounds. There's a lot of activity among the rocks ahead. Creatures are grazing on and living among the stalks, forming a complex ecosystem. Oh, I cannot go back because I closed the path. Look, over to the southwest. That stalk is totally calcified. Looks like a good sample candidate. Shelled creature. These creatures glide among the reef stalk with great care and precision. They appear to be grazing on them. There's a calcified stalk. It's our sample candidate. This huge stalk is totally still. Its plates hardened into a rocky shell. Can it be revived? Or is this what death looks like here? It's safe to assume that the thinning of these stalks relates to the communication between colonies seen elsewhere on the reef. This stalk looks dead. Open up the sampling panel and we can extract some of the outer membrane. There's lots of dead material here, so we should be able to take multiple samples. Got it? Okay, so the chitin appears to be hardened with calcium carbonate. That could be useful if we need to boost our power. This suit is able to metabolize organic compounds to produce fuel. Just drag them to the power panel. The suit displays how much oxygen or power each sample can produce. No point wasting important samples. With these, we can keep one sample so we can analyze it back on the base and use the other for a power boost. But I only have one sample. I don't need power for now, I guess. Sing stalk. I've named these sing stalks for that strange hum they produce. What is its precise function, I wonder? Large stalks which sway, producing a distinctive hum or groan. Part of the network of stalks which is found across the reef. Bear Canyon. The rocks here are clear of stalks and other growths. Is their absence a territorial marker or just a side effect of the conditions of these waters? There was this little dot. The relationship between these creatures and the stalks is unclear, but they camouflage themselves among the amber colonies. Cavern edge. A large cavern drops down into the reef here. Its entrance is shadowed by the surrounding rocks. The water is still in the yawning entrance to the cavern. There are no signs of stalks or other reef life around the entrance. I guess I figured out how to go lower. The patchy sunlight coming through the broken cavern roof was enough to allow stalks to grow here, if that is what they require. A tall stalk. A tall, bubble-coated stalk which sits among reef stalk colonies. They seem to watch over the smaller colonies. I'll start logging nodes. There's a sample candidate, a glittering stalk. Soft sunlight spills down onto a long, thin stalk, stretching towards the light. A coating of large, glassy bubbles glitters on its skin. %% signal, 0% lichen. These gaseous bubbles are intriguing. The interior gas is at an elevated pressure. If this membrane ruptured, the sag would screech as it depressurized. Is this part of the star communication system we've seen across the reef? Wait, I have an idea. Try deploying one by that blocked tunnel over there. I want to see how the stalks react. Just drag one over. Hi, Eric. Yeah, it's a very text-based game, I guess. Let's find out what the blocked tunnel is she was talking about. There it is. Stalks mesh across the cavern here, hardened into a near solid wall of tubes and plates. Okay, so I got some samples I collected on my inventory on the left. And I can track these onto this map. And I cleared the path. They retracted. These bubbles must be some kind of signal system. I call them shrill sacs for that squeak. We can use these to get through the heavy growth ahead. Okay, but how do I collect more? Let's get moving. So basically, we are the swimsuit of some person. I'm thinking of them as a lady. And we are the suit of a person, and we are the AI in her swimming suit, diving suit. And she can't do anything herself, and we have to help her. And we do this by discovering points of interest, and then I can set a path to the next point of interest. So we move one point and then we discover more stuff, and then we click the next waypoint and read what it's about. So this is a blind corner. The cavern curves away in both directions here. It's hard to see the way ahead. It's like a text adventure with extra steps, or with less text. Well, the idea is, I think we need to get out of the water or something. There's a way station just north of here, on a finger of this reef. I want to find it. My shuttle touched down just hours ago at a floating research base to the south. That's where I found the suit. I'm here looking for a Dr. Minae Nomura, chasing a message all the way from Earth. I must sound mad, coming out here to a planet in the tail of Scorpius just to follow a message. Wait, you do know where we are, don't you? I can answer yes and no, and I'm going with no here. But how? We are on Gliese 667cc, a supposed unremarkable world, if it wasn't for all this life. Somehow the exoplanet extraction corps must have passed it by. But how did Minae know to come here? And that's why she contacted me, to verify her discovery? But then where is she? Look, let's find that way station, and then I can start piecing together what's going on. So we are on the planet and searching stuff, apparently. So the game just answered your question. The only issue I have with the game so far is that the text auto continues, so I have to pay attention to it and only talk when there's no text anymore. Thin passage. The cavern narrows here and small eddies of water twirl in the silt. What the fuck is an eddy? So an eddy, eddies are the small movements that happen on the surface of the water. Thanks. There's a cavern entrance. A current can be felt thrifting through the cavern entrance, bringing with it warm clouds of silt. So now it's a cavern entrance. I get access to the height controls and can ascend one level. And now we are out of the cave again. Stalks of this kind seem to produce different bubbles depending on the nearby stalks. They are the protectors of their colonies. Large clearing. I can't help but feel some unseen processes shaping the growth patterns of this reef. What invisible borders am I crossing? Taking another sample. Shrill sack. So these are the things I can use to blow up stuff that is in our way. The scattered boulders and steep rifts of the southern reef suggest a violent geological past. I wish there was some sort of quest log, because I already forgot where she wants me to go. There's an isolated stalk. Unlike the other specimens, this large stalk sits alone, away from the lower beds. It is hard to tell if this is the beginning of a colony or its end. The way the game looks reminds me of the obscure PC games from the late 80s that existed. I know what you mean, even though I don't know any of the particular games that were there. It certainly feels very retro in some sort. The stalks are more sparse between these rock outcrops. This might be the easiest path north, if I can clear the way. Well, luckily I picked up some explosive bubbles, so it should be fine. Shelled creature. A delicate set of feeding appendages beneath the creature's shell seem to scrape the outer membrane of the stalks away. Okay, guess we're dragging the shriek sack. In here, and we've cleared the path. I like how it's basically a colorful text adventure, but without too much actual reading. And you know, some stuff to click on is just a fun distraction of all the text. shelled creature. Occasionally, when the creature scrapes the stalks too aggressively, they retract and let out a defensive signal to nearby colonies. And there's also a little reaction time needed to click on some of the dots that swim by. And you also have to scan at the right time to actually catch them. Some creatures target these tall stalks directly, perhaps because they keep them away from the other, softer stalks nearby. The growth patterns of the stalks suggest a complex territorial network. Are we underestimating the complexity of these life forms? I guess I need to take another sample. No, also the sampling is... You can't even call it a minigame, you just adjust this slider until the little dot is in the area, and then you push the two buttons, I guess like some utility that picks up the sample. Signal stalk. I'm going to call these signal stalks for the signaling role they play in the stalk ecology. Tall, bubble-producing stalks that protect and monitor stalk colonies, a key part of the stalk network that stretches across the reef. Okay, there's another blocked vector, so gotta use our shrill sack. Oh, sorry for hitting the microphone. Another shelled creature. There seems to be some tolerance for the creature scraping by the stalks. They only warn the creature when it cuts too deeply. Okay, gotta collect another sample. New species locked. I'm naming these stalk scrapers for obvious reasons. You can check my notes back at the base. A large creature with a translucent shell and jointed legs for swimming and feeding gazes on the membranes of reef stalks. Twin stones. These two boulders are covered with tiny stalks, a coating of amber for waving in the current. And spore clusters. Spores from the stalks seem to be massing here in large clumps. This might be a good place to sample them. Okay, so first we go to the sample station. There's something is running away from us. I've noticed smaller spotted variants of these creatures. Another species? Or perhaps sexual dimorphism. These might be the males. I'm going to call these spore catchers, as they are so eager to gather the stalk's spores. They are agile, jet-propelled creatures with colorful mantles, found hidden amongst reef stalk colonies feeding on their spores. I sort of want to try what happens. Well, actually, I need my clearing sack, my screeching sack, to clear out this area. That's it. We're through. This place is overwhelming. So many new species. This is the central reef. I saw on Minai's maps that the shelf flattens out here. Ripples of silt bounce sunlight back up through the water, giving it a golden glow. Okay, I wanna inspect the piled stones that a creature might have piled up. But there's actually nothing to see here. Okay, let's go back. There it is. I see the way station ahead. Let's check out the way station. This place is looking a little worse for wear. Let me see if I can find an access port. Minai never did take care of her equipment. Some things never change. Sorry. Give me a sec. I'm just trying to... Got it? Okay. We should be able to access any data stored here. Just open the terminal and take a look. Terminal available. Okay, connected. Spoofing user Dr. Minai Nomura. Okay, I can fill up my power and oxygen. I can't interact with the yes/no, I think. I can't click on map data though. Sync complete. Data released to pilot's console. Logs have been cleared. I expected that, given the secrecy Minae seems to be operating under. But the map data mentions something Minae calls the bloom out across the northern rift. He's been going back and forth to something there, studying it. A unique species, perhaps? Minae, what were you doing here? Why were you keeping this discovery from the world, from me? I'm talking to myself again, or to whatever you are. Sorry, I don't mean... Let's head back to the research base. I need to think. With this way station operational, we can call in the base retrieval drone from the utility panel. This drone will be able to pick us up from any area we've got map data for. Let's head to the base. I've got a lot to figure out. But there's stuff to see here still. I'm not sure how this works. Okay, I guess I request a retrieval. Hey, are you back online? Pretty sharp work for a biologist, if I do say so myself. Hooking up that strange casing of yours to the base took some work. And Zeos here does not play nicely with whatever you are. But you should have access to select subsystems of the stag now. Minae looks to have repurposed some of them, so not everything is functional. Comms are short. The generator is only partial working, and one of the retrieval drones is missing. But I've booted up the dive base mapping systems and sample storage. The lab is also online, with analysis tools and an integrated taxonomy for logging creatures. Take a look. I've already logged the creatures we discovered on our last drive, whatever. For any logged creatures, I'll also put sample requests in their taxonomy entries. To fulfill these requests, just find and transfer the samples to the lab, then analyze them. I can then use that data to add to the creature study. We need to register these species. Head down to the lab level and take a look. I'll also mark sample requests on the dive map. That way we can grab key samples for our studies while we are out in the ocean. And we're going back out soon. While we were offline, I spotted a signal, a suit transponder. You can see its location on the dive map. I want to find it. A suit transponder means a suit, and a suit means Minae. I need your help. That suit takes both of us to pilot it, and it's the only one I've got. Once you're done exploring the base load into the dive map, we can head out from there. Okay, let's figure out what we have here and then I'll call it quits. So the antenna is damaged. And our user is Ellery Waz. We got her log. Let's read the log. Mina is gone, and she's left behind one hell of a mess. This base is falling apart, cannibalized to build way stations out in the ocean. The communications area sliced away, life support failing. Where did she even commandeer this research base from? There's no way Baikal would have supplied it willingly after what she did to them. What did she call me out here for? To witness her disappearance? Or did she simply want me to encounter, as she did, the impossible life of this ocean? How could it have gone ignored for hundreds of years of exploration and conquest? There are too many questions to even begin. All I can do is keep an account for what happens here, so that if I can't answer these questions, someone else might. It'll be weeks, maybe months, until the next ship passes close enough to pick up my shuttle transponder. Until then, I'm alone. This place is unbelievably important. Our first contact was life beyond Earth, but something else is happening here too, and I need to know what it is. Okay, we got the bay where we see our samples, and I could store stuff in here. I cannot read the buttons though, so I'm not sure what the point is. That's a bit of a shame. Okay, there's the dive map. Looking at that later. The lab. Okay, here I can analyze things. Lab analysis complete. Multiple taxonomy entries updated. Okay. We got animals, fungi, plants, and bacteria. And then we got these info logs. Spore catchers are small, soft-bodied creatures which move quickly through the water by using siphon jets. Their mantles, striped with bright colors that shift as they swim, allow the creatures to modify their movements through the water with precise flapping motions. Watching them navigate the water is hypnotic, their rapid turns and loops showing incredible agility. flitting through the water like a bat or bird. Spore catchers use this wide range of movement to pursue the various fungal spores that are produced by the reef's stalks. The spore catchers seem to be highly selective about which spores they wish to consume, suggesting that analysis of the stalk spores might tell us more about the spore catcher's behavior and diet. Okay, there's a lot of stuff to read. I guess we're reading everything we got now. Behavior of the spore catchers. Analysis of the unique chemical compounds found in stalk spores and a wider understanding of how stalks use spores to communicate suggests a more mutual relationship between spore catchers and stalks than initially assumed. If stalks are able to tailor the chemical makeup of their spores, it is possible that the select spores the catchers eat are intended for their consumption and contain compounds and minerals attractive to this species. As spore catchers use their color-shifting properties to hide among stalk colonies, it seems increasingly possible that stalk colonies and spore catchers are mutualistically linked, and catchers serve the need of specific stalk patches. What these needs are, however, is not yet clear. Analysis of a spore catcher egg, if found, may help us gain a full picture of their physiology. Stalk scraper. Stalk scrapers are large, translucent shelled creatures with a distinctive swimming motion, which feed primarily on stalk colonies. Surprisingly nimble, despite their size, stalk scrapers use some of their modified limbs to swim through the water, and others to scrape away the chitinous membrane of the stalks. This is tolerated by the stalks to some degree, although they will also deploy shrill sacs to scare the scrapers away. Stalk scrapers seem to be one of the more socially active to the reef creatures, and will call to each other when grazing or when frightened. Each specimen has a unique cloud pattern on its shell. I wonder how these are formed and what their significance is within communities. Analysis of stalk bark shows that it's chitin-based as suspected, containing glucose and high levels of polysaccharides. This makes it an ideal food source for the scrapers, but not only this, it makes stalk membrane a vital substance for lesion scraper shell formation. The more stalk membrane consumed, the larger and thicker a scraper shell will become, which explains the variance in scraper shell size and translucency. Going further, shells may also be markers of stalk scraper importance within the community. A larger shell means a more effective grazer, and therefore a more preferable partner. Further analysis of scraper shells is needed to continue this line of inquiry. And we got fungi, the reef stalk. This is a lot of reading. I guess we're keeping the fungi for another time, or maybe I do the reading offline. This is a lot. Wait, where did they go? Okay. So this is taxonomy. Then we got a med bay, there's nothing in it. We got a generator running at 34% efficiency. Tidal turbines active. Core stable. Observation blister is inactive. Okay, dive map. Okay, we got the sample requests marked. And we can go to the central reef. Okay, but that's for for next time. This is it for now. Thanks for tuning in. And we'll continue our dive on Thursday, I guess. Yep. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a nice day, Eric. Thanks for coming. And talk to you soon. Let's hope this game saves. Yeah, it does.